peace, cook. Think fast. Please realize that nobody wins in the cycle of duality, and it's about balance. More than one account, but definitely vividly on a few DMT trips, I got shown that any side could be seen as good or evil. Like, I was put in a position, and you see, like, everybody could speak on the scenario of like, oh yeah, if I was in their position, I would feel empathy, or like, yeah, people could speak it more than they could actually do it. Obviously, with a lot of things that we do as humans, it's just way more easier to say blah 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 than to actually, put something forward. But anyway, I was thinking about positions where, like, I saw how, like, as the good conquered over quote unquote evil, I saw how, like, even though the people who were considered good, walked in the light of what we considered, moralistically and dogmatically good, I'm like, I was feeling the pain from the quote unquote evil people, and I'm like, damn, like, they just on the opposite side of the spectrum. It's like, because the moment they get flipped, same thing. It's like the good people, the evil. It's like it's no good or evil. It's just two different perspectives and what side you want to be on. Because everybody is not of the ilk of a vibration where they want to be a goody two shoes all day and this and that. Like, that vibration exists within the realms of the universe. And it's one of them things where a lot of people don't speak on it because, again, they want to, because they keeping things in the line of, just speaking on the light. And the only things let's speak on what goes on all around us at all times. Let's keep it real about, the real nature of the universe. That's the only way to learn and to grow, is to grasp the truth of, what's going on, and not try to we still got that social construct of running away from the truth, we moving away from that. So it's no good or evil, like, this is all a game, there's still some people that's like, oh yeah, you should, and say, for instance, like with a child molester or rapist, say, for instance, on a moralistic human level, the way we got these human standards morally in this matrix, yes, those are bad or malicious things, but as a vibration that I came into a game where I was going to be participating in things that were going to be happening like that, it's like, it's no good or evil in the situation. It's just like, it's just matrix stuff, It's like, but you really get to see that it's like a evil person way of doing things. Because I always catch flashes of movies that always display where the good person about to kill the evil person. It's like, and that evil person, before he get killed, he talked to like, almost like run games to that person, like, you just as evil as me, look at you right now, about to kill me. And think about that, like, people like killing in the name of good, like, you don't think demons love each other? Why do you think they flock together? You don't think that's love? Like, it may be in a format, in a way that you can't perceive, or it's difficult for you to perceive on how somebody could love being on that vibration or love each other on that vibrational level. But just because you can't perceive it doesn't mean it's not perceivable, And that's the thing, and vice versa, Some people, want to have a goody two shoes, good, vibe around them all the time, this and that, and that's the only way they could see love is in that format, and there's some of us that know of both, again, in the balance and blended in there, that's where the shamans and, just esoteric and occult people in general, we tend to understand the mixture, the duality a little better than most, because, a lot of us just want to stick to the dogmatisms of spirituality, and not dive into the true gnosis of it, Like, it's not about just meditating and, and eating healthy and doing yoga and all these different things. Nothing is wrong with that, Those things are great for the mind, body, and soul. but it's also having a true understanding of what's going on in the universe, you know. Like, but the good people. Like I felt, and too, again, like on the trips, I actually felt the pain on both sides. Like I saw how you could be a quote unquote good person, you know, feel that. But then I had a vision of balance. I saw a place where, you know, the quote unquote good people and quote unquote evil people was like on some live and let live shit, and just knew like, all right, you vibrate on this frequency. I know that we just not clacking. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm gonna just go somewhere else. Or we gonna remove ourselves from each other. You know, just living and letting live, you know, and like kind of like, again, I always bring up Star Wars, where, you know, like, yeah, they still battle Darth Vader and, you know, and Han Solo and all these people. They battled against each other, but it was on a more cordial type of form. Like it was more in a way of understanding the way the universe works, you know, and coexisting, you know. Like it wasn't like every time Yoda seen the Sith masters like pew 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 pew, like let's go at it on some old, you know, meathead, you know, lower vibrational type of stuff. It was more on some, you know, I know I am the light vibration, I know you are the dark vibration. We are both two dualities that exist, you know what I'm saying, in the universe to create the balance, you know. And sometimes on some as above so below type of stuff, our vibrations clash, but you know, but it's with an overstanding of knowing the bigger picture. So again, it's no good and evil. It's just basically what happens is what polarity rule. I mean, basically, if things don't balance, it's just whatever polarity wins rules. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, the super spiritual people, because I thought about that too, like on the like super spiritual people against non-connected material people. I'm like, I saw how you could love both of them things. You know, I see how you could love this material world and love being in the physical vibration, you know. I mean, I remember asking for this, you know what I'm saying? In essence of being a vibration, asking for this experience, you know what I'm saying? So I could see how a person could just tend to just vibe out, you know, because too, that's the little somewhat of the clash in between melanated people and people that's, you know, whether it's a lack of melanin or none at all in essence, but which I feel like most people got some type of form, you know. That's just me feeling with my vibration. I feel like it's just some people just have extremely low levels and some people have extremely high levels of it, but that's a part of that connection. Like if the highly melanated spiritual peoples to just, you know, bam, create this thing where they like killing all, and I didn't even say killing on no physical level, but just like taking out, you know, all vibrations that's not like them. You know, you could see that where, I gotta say, it's like I just could feel the empathy of both sides. I see both perspectives of wanting to be, you know, the person in charge in essence, and I could see how you could be hurt from not being that vibration in charge. But I also see, like, again, the way the balance, where like there's a balance spot that stops the cycle, because that's the way we graduate too. It's like it's by stopping the cycle. That's graduating from duality. It's like stopping the cycle of it, of overstanding. All right, y'all, we are vibrations on the human experience. We set up this shit for ourselves, you know. We said, hey, so some of us gonna be white people, some of us gonna be black people, some of us gonna be into physical nature, some of us gonna be, you know, like we created this matrix, you know, and the formats in it. You know, we said that at first eating McDonald's and stuff like that gonna be cool, and then we're gonna change the mental construct of what things you have to be vegan and this and that in order to survive eating, you know. Because another thing too, all that eating healthy or not healthy, that's all a collective consciousness agreement. You know what I'm saying? Our mentals, our brain, our pineal gland has the ability to, you know, manifest and manipulate man on all levels. I could eat battery acid if I wasn't around a bunch of people who didn't believe that you couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if I just strengthen myself up strong enough to where it didn't even matter about the outsiders. But all that is possible. Eating vegan or eating meat is all choices, you know what I'm saying? But I tell people, but the reality of the situation, because of the collective see this is something that affects us. So, you know, collectively, you know, it does have some type of effect. So, you know, it does make a difference to drink alkaline water and to stay away from meat and to eat, you know, a more vegetarian-based diet. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you could eat meat or whatever, you know, you could eat whatever you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But you would just have to develop that power, and as a collective, you know, if you say, for instance, if and that's the whole spiritual warfare thing. Because if I, as a collective, if I was teaching everybody, you know, and which I'm doing it now, but like, say, for instance, on a cult level, like if you was like, yeah, everybody, you know, just, you know, you gotta be like this, you should, you know, focus on your magic heavily. But say, for instance, so I developed like a big mass following, you know what I'm saying, of people who just really know and believe in the magic, then, you know, that's going to create on a mass scale, a lot of people going to be able to use their magic, because on a collective, you know, we know like, oh, I could eat anything and I could still fly and do these things, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, abracadabra, as we speak it, it shall manifest, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, you know. But because we been taught these dogmatisms and put into these boundaries, you know, we've been pimped into having certain mind frames so we could control ourselves, you know. Basically, somebody created all these dogmatic ways of spirituality so you could basically not be a god that you're supposed to be and have fun in this physical matrix. Because that's the thing, we don't need rules. We could have fun in this physical matrix with the inner understanding of like, I'm not trying to harm nobody, you know. I'm trying to just enjoy myself on a level that, you know, I vibe with, you know what I'm saying? But it's these dogmatisms that, you know, lock you in and stop you from being the you know, the sovereign being that you are, of basically deserving everything from birth. We deserve everything. For none of us should have to work or fight for anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the abundance is meant for us from the beginning, you know. We've been taught to think, oh yeah, you gotta work for this, or yo, no, you don't deserve that, you know, you gotta work for that, you gotta, the Most High, this and that, and we are extension of Source, and all the abundant things that you see and love, you know, that beauty of Source, you know, that's all us, you know. So why would Source say, look at me, how abundant and beautiful I am? But if you're spiritual, you're meant to be living houseless outside and dirty looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's a dogmatic approach, and, you know, through years and years of just taking a human approach to spirituality, you know, those mind frames have been developed, you know. But and again, I'm starting to remember to also say again, but don't take my word for it. Do your own research, listen to your own inner guidance, you know, and see what it's about. But I definitely want to speak on the, you know, how nobody wins in a cycle of duality. You know, it's about establishing the balance, you know. Just think about it, like, all right, it would just be a cycle. If the sun was like, all right, I'm going to just be polarizing the extreme on my point, I'm going to just scorch every fucking thing, and then bam. But then it gets to a point where, because it's scorching everything, it has a point of tapping out of the cause and effect. So it got some karma coming to his ass because the sun was shining too strong and polarizing and killing stuff. Now I gotta go without light for a while, and then now the water, say for instance, that was like evaporating and going without because of the sun, like, all right, but now I'm about to flood shit up, and I'm about to drown motherfuckers and flood, and then come back around and, oh, I'm out of water, and then, ooh, the sun done re-energized, and now I'm back, bitches, burn, burn, you know. It's just gonna be a cycle of the sun just burning up shit, because it's, you know, I'm burning up shit for the time you watered up shit. Well, I'm watering up shit for the time you burn shit. I'm burning shit for the time you watered up shit. And I'm watering up shit for the time you burn shit. And I burn shit for the time you watered up shit. And I water shit up for the time you burn shit. And just think of like millions of like, you know, like just years of that, you know what I'm saying? Which it ain't million, but you know, just think about how idiotically repetitive that is, you know, and how it would make sense to, you know, to probably come out of that cycle, you know. I don't know. To those of y'all listen, what y'all think? What y'all think it makes sense to stay in the cycle of, you know, of not realizing, you know, like I said, of being unconscious of the duality, or should we, you know, become conscious of it, respect it, but at the same time, you know, we move forward in it in a more better understanding, you know, like, and again, break the cycle, you know, because things are a cycle. It's gonna be constant cycles of, you know, vibrations in general. That's one of the, in essence, the 7 hermetic principles, the laws of the universe. But again, it's a cycle that's repetitive, that's meant to be broken, because again, it's just idiotic, you know, to just, all right, again, like the sun, I'm gonna scorch you up, all right, I'm gonna water you down, I'm gonna scorch you up, I'm gonna water you down, I'm gonna scorch you up, you know. And we must, and then too, you start to pay attention to who the trolls are, people who want to pay attention to history, no matter whether they black or white. And it's because it's another thing too, is the Hunger Games of this situation. There are trolls. This is not about color or race. There's no such thing as race, but ethnicity, whatever you is about vibration. You know what I'm saying? Because people who are preaching these constructs to keep you in the matrix, basically, to keep you in these polarities. You know what I'm saying? Of fighting for certain causes in a manner that keeps you in the matrix. You know, so. Just be aware, you know. But that's basically it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace.